What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logisticalstyles coming at you with another video, and this time we're going to do an unboxing video. But this is an unboxing video of a product that's similar to what I've already done a review on, but we're going to see how it stacks up to the previous version. So not too long ago I did this video which reviewed the RGB LED floodlights that I found on Amazon. And I got a lot of positive feedback from those lights. I've been using them at my DJ gigs, and I even got 4 of them mounted outside of my house for decoration. I recently got an email request from another company that makes a very similar light, but it has some differences. And they asked me if I would do an unboxing video and a review of the other light so you can see how well it works. This particular light is a little bit stronger than the ones I reviewed before. I believe the ones I reviewed before were 20 watts and these are like 25 watts, I believe. But we'll see once I open up the packaging. Okay, so this is the package that came in from Amazon not too long ago. So let's open it up. I'm pretty sure this is what it is because I haven't ordered anything and I'm not expecting anything. Although I was really surprised because they sent me an email today saying that they were sending it out. So, yep, that's what this is. This is a 2-pack of, it should be the 2-pack, or maybe it's just one. So they sent me the LED floodlight. This is made by a company called Olafus, O-L-A-F-U-S, and this is, let's see, pack of 2. Okay, so it is a 2-pack of lights. These are IP66 waterproof rated, according to the box. They have a beam angle of 120 degrees, and the start time is less than half of a second. And let's see, let's open it up and take a look. Like I said, this is a 2-pack of the LED lights. So this is what you get when you open it up. Right from the start, you get this card that shows you a QR code that you use to download the app for your smartphone. Let's see. It's interesting because the steps say, oh, this is to register your product. So to register the product, you open your Facebook app, search the QR code shortcut, scan the QR code, type lifetime warranty. Okay, so it comes with a lifetime warranty, which is really cool. I'm going to hold on to this. Then you have an instruction manual, which tells you more about your RGB floodlight. And I think this one actually might be 20 watts, just like the other one, because I'm looking at the manual and it's checked that this is the E20 RGB. That's what's checked. There's a 30 RGB, a 50 RGB, and below that is a 10 RGB. So let's see how this works. The instructions, it's one page that folds out. It shows how you can mount it. Let's go a little bit deeper into the packaging. What we have here, a couple of remote controls. 2 remote controls. These are actually kind of big compared to the other remote controls that you get with these LED lights. So you have a couple of modes you can do. You can choose some custom preset lights. It looks like there's some do-it-yourself. They have the timer. You can set it to 3 hours, 6 or 12 hours. The speed you can change for, I guess, the pulsating, and then flash. So yeah, it's a pretty big remote control. You get 2 of them. And then you get to the light itself. You get one light, and then you get the other light. Now, right off the bat, I will tell you that these fixtures look bigger, or they are bigger than the other fixtures that I reviewed in my previous video. These act, well, the sign says, or the screen says it's 25 watts. So I was wrong when I said maybe it's a 20 watt. This is a 25 watt light compared to the 20 watt light from my other video. IP66 rated for waterproof, or not, yeah, for waterproof. And then the screen on it is a little frosted compared to, it is frosted. The other lights had a very clear plastic screen. This is frosted, so maybe the frosting helps diffuse the color of the light as it comes out, I'm assuming, but we'll find out once I hook it up. It has a yoke that you use to position it or mount it. It has the same 3 holes that the other lights that I reviewed had. Looks to be about the same size on the holes, but the fixture itself is bigger. The fixture itself probably is 1.5 times bigger than the other fixture. So the plug looks very sturdy. This plug actually looks more sturdy than the other plug. It's a thicker cable. The entry point is a little bit different. The entry point on the other lights was metal. This is plastic going in to the light, but it looks like it will suffice and will do a good enough job in keeping the light protected from the elements. So let's go a little bit further. I'm wondering if this has an app. That's one thing I really, really liked about the other light, was that it had an app that you could use to control. This one looks like it depends mainly on the remote controls. So what I need to do is something that I do with every remote control that I get, even though these are pretty obviously different. I always take my label maker and I label the remote for what it is, what fixture it goes to, because right now I'm probably carrying about 12 of similar remotes, smaller ones, but very similar, so it's hard to keep up with them. Even though they all pretty much will interact with the other LED lights, they don't always carry the functions over according to what's printed on the remote, so it's always best to have the actual remote that came with the fixture. So let's take a little bit, give me a little time to plug these up, and let's see how well they work. All right, so I got a little power pulled over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in. I was going to plug it in and then hit record so you could see the light, but I want you to see exactly what happens when I plug it in from the get-go. Sometimes the lights will just go in, they'll stay blank until you hit the power from the remote. Sometimes they turn right on. So let's see how this performs. All right, so it's plugged in and nothing yet. So let's pull out the remote control. There's a little plastic tab here that you pull out. The plastic tab is to keep you from draining the battery while it's being transported. So let's see. Let's try to get some action with this. Oh. So my power strip wasn't turned on, but as soon as I turned the power strip on, we got light. We got a very bright light. I'm impressed. And yes, the frosting definitely does diffuse the light, so it kind of doesn't just get like the other lights have a clear plastic on it, and so you can see the LEDs, and the LEDs just shine right through the plastic. This frosting helps spread it out, so I really like that. Let's see. Control turns it off, turns it on. You can choose different colors. There's your red, green, blue, and white. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is brighter than the other lights that I reviewed. I like this. The other lights I reviewed, I've tried to use them as uplights for my DJ gigs, and they work as nice little accent lights, but they don't really shine up a wall like they do outside at night outside of my house. They really brighten up. Here's a picture of what they look like outside my house, and they look great out there in the dark, but when you're in a room that has a little bit more lighting already going on, they kind of just fade to the black and to the back and just are accent lights. This right here I could see really shining up a room. This is a really bright light. So the next thing I guess we need to do is go outside, and I'm gonna replace 2 of the other LED lights that are mounted in front of my house, and I'm going to swap them out with these 2. And it's going to be a really simple installation, because I've already done the hard work, which was drilling a hole into the masonry in front of my house, the brickwork or the cement that goes in between the bricks. I drilled a hole into there and then used a plastic anchor, plastic screw anchor. I put the plastic anchor in there, and then I just screwed 1 screw into this middle hole right here, put a screw right through there, and that attaches it to the house. And I've had them outside the house for a couple months right now, and there have been no problems. In fact, right now I have them hooked up to a Philips Hue timer or smart switch, and I'm able to turn the lights on and off with the app from my phone. I can't control the color of the lights from that particular, the Philips Hue app, but I can use the app that came with those lights when I am wanting to change the color. Unfortunately, this one does not have an app included with it, but that's fine as long as you keep up with the remote controls. You have more than enough control over choosing. There's plenty of lights. There's plenty of colors. I can't imagine you would need too many other colors. And we're going to hook it up, and we're going to see how the pre-programmed patterns work, because it looks like there's a lot you can do. There's timers, there's an automatic button, there's buttons that allow you to go up and down. I guess that's the shading for the RGB, red, green, blue. And you come up with a mix to create your own do-it-yourself patterns, DIY patterns. You have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess so. Looks like you're able to come up with your own color mix depending on how you raise or lower the intensity using these buttons here. I'm going to take a little time to look over the instruction manual so I can really point out some more features of this light. But until then, let's just jump over to outside, and then I'll show you how I'm going to mount these. Okay, so this is how I've got them mounted. Right now you're looking at, on the left side is the new version, and on the right side is the old version. So they're mounted both the same because the brackets are the same, but you'll see here, this one's 20 watts and it's IP66 rated. It's got the green plastic anchor and one screw screwed in. And I'm doing the same thing over here with these new lights from Olafus. So I hope I'm saying the name right, but basically this green, I use one green plastic anchor and one screw, and I drilled into the cement or the concrete or whatever it is that you want to call it that is between the bricks. I put the plastic anchor in, then I screwed the screw into the middle hole, and it mounts it right into place. You can use these knobs on the side if you get a little Allen wrench or whatever to tighten it up, but they were tight enough so I can just put it into position and they stay where I put them. I've got them run from outlet in my carport, comes out the front of the house around here. It's got 3 heads on it here, so I've got 2 lights plugged into that, and then the third one is an extension cord that goes down to this end that has 2, or actually has 3 outlets in it, and one goes to this light right here, and the other goes to this light right there. If I wanted to, I could use the third outlet to run another extension cord if I wanted to add more lights. But this is how they look mounted to my house, right across the front of the house. All right, we're about to do a test. I've got 2 different kinds of RGB LED lights hooked up to the front of my house. The first was a pair that I did a couple months ago. I did a review on them. They're on the outer side of the front wall, left and right, and on the inner side are the 2 new ones that I got. These are 25 watt versus the 20 watt, and they are a bit bigger fixture. So the light fixture is bigger, so there should be more light. And the glass has the diffusing. There you go. It just came on. All right, and it definitely looks like the ones in the middle are brighter. They have a better throw. It's wider. If you look at the one here on the left, they're all showing the same color, but that smaller fixture just doesn't have as much light output as this bigger fixture. And this bigger fixture actually lights up the wood above the top versus this one, it barely does it. It does it much more here. So these lights are plugged in and attached to a couple of extension cords that run to my Philips Hue smart outlet. And the only difference between the two light fixtures is the ones on the outside, the smaller ones, they use an app to control them in addition to remote controls, and the ones in the middle require me to use the remote control to set the color. But they both go for about the same price. They cost about $20 per fixture. You can buy them in packs of 2, and I think I'm going to replace the smaller fixtures with the bigger ones in the middle, and that way I will be able to have a uniform looking light up front. And I'll use the smaller ones for accent lighting when I do my gigs. But this is the look that you get. I'm really happy with it. It looks even better as the night gets darker.